So the stock of Virgin Galactic again lost about 28% in the last week. The market is always right. You cannot say the market is wrong. The market is always right. If you're a short-term trader, then now it's a great buying opportunity. If you're a long-term trader, then now it's a great buying opportunity because I put my spacesuit on, you know it's Friday and it's Virgin Galactic Friday, your favorite Virgin Galactic show on the whole internet, okay? So, don't smash the like button, don't subscribe, and don't even watch the video till the end, okay? Guys, I have so many interesting topics today, okay? First, we dive in just generally in what I'm thinking about the current space price, okay? So many people are asking me, buy now, buy later, wait, whatever. I try to answer that, all right? With a very interesting concept behind it. Then we will talk about why I always preach average down. You can be in profit by this year if you bought almost at the all-time high, and I will show you how, all right? Then we will talk about the stock chart, and then I will release you into the weekend. So be annoyed for a couple of minutes by me in the next couple of motion pictures. So if you want to know how space performed over the last 7 days, you either check your own stock market app, okay? You don't need me for that. Or you stay tuned and know what I'm thinking about the current situation, okay? And as you can see, I'm actually happy about the situation. Even though the space goes down and I lose a lot of money, I'm kind of happy because I know I can average down, but more to that a little bit later into the vlog. So it's very important to stay to the next two categories in this video, guys, okay? But let's dive in. So the stock of Virgin Galactic, again, you know, lost about, well, is it right? 28% in the last week. This is obviously with the disappointment of the capital raise, right, that we've discussed already multiple times. And now we have a market cap of $2.345 billion. $800 million less, okay, if the stock goes to 6, you will have a company that is worth $1.5 billion, but has also $1.5 billion in the bank as cash, plus all the assets, you know, like the mothership. A similar ship of the mothership is currently on sale for about $500 million, plus the spaceship, plus the branding and everything, okay? So it is ridiculous, the price currently, okay? But however, you know, it's the market, right? The market is always right. You cannot say the market is wrong. The market is always right. There's just less people that don't understand and don't know the potential of space than there is that people that understand, which is a possibility for you. This was a possibility for me when I bought Tesla. Tesla was way undervalued, okay? People were talking so much shit about Tesla, unbelievable. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. My portfolio is down 60%. I can buy the stock for 60% less. Absolutely tremendous, okay? However, so I think that at those levels, you also have to think, okay, what is the reason? Okay, the reason was the capital raise, okay, that's done, and the bond yields, okay, that went up. So now the bond yields are actually going down now a couple of days, okay, so as you can see here, the highest was here 1.865, and since then we lost about 2%, which is actually bullish for technology stocks, which is great. So it could be that now you could pick up slowly. If you're a short-term trader, then now it's a great buying opportunity. If you're a long-term trader, then now it's a great buying opportunity because, you know, you don't care about tomorrow's price and the day after tomorrow. So that's the outlook of space stock. Let's go into something that I'm really looking forward to show you. So let's talk about crypto. And no, we don't talk about Bitcoin today, but similar color, gold. It has something to do with gold, okay? So GSX, our long-term partners, because they have such a great product, such a great vision, such a great team, right? If we are looking into this GSX, you know, it's a stable coin and a growth coin. You can find all the video on my channel. But they actually came out with something absolutely brilliant, okay? So think about banks. Banks are a little bit behind, okay? Because crypto is so much fast and cheap in sending money. The usual banks have their SWIFT systems and the RTGS system, which is basically a real-time settlement system. And usually the problem with that is that, okay, it has so many payment destinations, you know, over 10,000, but unfortunately it's slow and it's, you know, a lot of bureaucracy, right? I mean, you go to the bank, you must maybe fill up a form, maybe you cannot send enough money, and so on and so forth. We ever had the problem. So companies like XRP came up, right? Ripple coin. So sending it into seconds for no money almost, with very low fees, but limited to only 250 destinations. So GSX came up with Nox Wire, and Nox Wire is revolutionary, okay? You can send for basically nothing money around the world, and banks can use it, and the destinations are increased from 10,000, which is the original bank system, to 30,000 destinations. What does it give to GSX? Which value comes back to GSX? First, banks can now hold GSX as a reserve, which is fantastic. This is like basically a big institutional hodler that holding so much GSX, which is, you know, bullish for the price of GSX. Also, they can use GSX for leveraging, for pre-funding transactions and so on. So this is something very key that GSX is trying here very successfully to change everything in banking. Okay, so Nox Wire is something very big. But now you ask me where you can buy GSX and how GSX will grow. Here we go. Okay, so now where you can get hands on GSX, all right? So if you're going to Bitmart, which we recommend to use this exchange, you see here the 24 hours change of GSX is already 5.39% positive, guys, okay? So while the market went down, GSX went up, all right? Just saying here, okay? Just saying. Currently, you get the 1 GSX for 0.05 US dollar tokens. So here you can, there's a lot of liquidity here. You know, here you can see how many GSX was bought for how many amount and how many are to offer. So it's one of the best platforms where you can buy GSX, okay? And on the second point, if you are totally new to crypto and say, you know, you want to use your credit card, no problem. There is a link. And then you get to the website and then you can just buy GSX with your credit card. Very easy. So both ways, crypto expert or just beginner, both ways, you can get your hands on GSX quite easily. This category, I actually put together a small Excel file and with a super interesting and super simple example, okay? Let's say you started to purchase on the 3rd of August space. Why the 3rd of August? Because the stock price then was $35, which is not the highest one, but also not the lowest one. And it's good a representation of entry point, because you just missed or you saw all this news in the media and the stock went down to 30 and then you thought, well, now it's the time to buy, and it went to 35 and you just got this little bit of an excitement and FOMO and everything, and you bought at 35, okay? Let's say it this way. And let's say you put in your initial amount here, 200 stocks equals around $7,000, which is $7,000, average price of $35. Now, what I recommended since my Tesla days on my channel is always average down. And I will tell you how to come down now with the price, because then you have the great opportunity to make much more money. Because now, let's say you are not averaging like many of you out there, and you say like, I just wait until the price goes back to 35. Well, you can wait a long time to do that, right? And if you have, let's say, an opportunity to save some money and put this money into Virgin Galactic over the next couple of months, and every month you will see what happens. Okay, so in this perspective, I put like an average amount of $1,000. For you might be 700 initial and 100 every month, depending on your financial situation, obviously. So the next month, the stock was already down to 26. So you could bought 40 pieces. The average price comes down already almost 10%, guys. Okay, so from 35 to 33. Then the next month, the 1st of October, you could have bought for 22.7. So you can already, for your $1,000, buy 45. So you can see not only that you're buying always the same amount, but you also increase the number of stocks that you can buy for the amount, obviously, right? So you're now at $9,000 in total, and $31 or $32 is the average price, which is already much down from the 35 originally. Now you do this a couple of times, then the stock on November was 19, December 15, 1st of January 13, then 1st of February maybe $9, okay? Every time you bought $1,000, and then your portfolio grow to $13,000 with an average price of 22.3. And now let's assume that everything negative starts to come down and pouring on our poor space like it was over the last couple of months, and the stock goes down to $8 and $7 respectively in March. Okay, what it does for our portfolio. Now we're still buying $1,000 per month, and then you have a grand total of $15,000 invested into space, and you have a total of 860 shares, with then gives you an average price of $17. $17.6. That's almost half of it. You halved it, okay? So even when the stock just goes up to, let's say, $18, okay, people that didn't average down are still down 50%, guys. 50%. And those smart guys, those smart astronauts out there that average down are already plus. They're already green. And then they can still decide, okay, this was a hell of a ride. Either I continue this road and then it goes slowly up with the averaging up, and then you still make a lot of money because the stock can go further up, and if it goes back to 35, those people that didn't average down are very frustrated, are selling out, lost nothing but also made nothing, had the money in maybe a year into space, and totally disappointed. Those people who averaged down made double their amount in 1 year, guys, and this is the beauty of averaging down, and I really recommend this to everyone out there, guys. Okay, so let me know if you're already doing this or that's the plan for you, and let's dive into the next topic. So before we start with the chart, I want to first go a little back and show you that as of yesterday, or day before yesterday, on Wednesday, we actually reached 9.09, which was the 52 weeks lowest range. Okay, the only time that we were at those levels and lower was if we're going very back and to the November of 2019, okay, where we reached $7.25. That's just, the intro to the stock chart analysis. Here you can see the RSI levels are again getting into those oversold situations. What's usually happening, as you can see here over the last couple of times, here we had like an oversold situation, we jumped back up. Here we had an oversold situation, we jump back up, okay? So it seems like we're getting to those oversold situations, and we exited actually the downtrend here prior to the, let's say, really decision day, which usually should be around mid of February. So here we have a very bearish outlook. So we really have the chance, guys, which is quite unbelievable, to go even lower. And with the thing that I just showed you, okay, the thing that I just showed you with the averaging down is obviously fantastic to have even lower prices, okay? Let space go to $6, then you really have a fantastic, unbelievable, crazy great company for the lowest price possible. People now even never heard of space texting me now and saying, hey, what's going up? When should I buy space? Now it's so cheap, and that's when you really feel it's a bottom, okay? It's working both ways, okay? When people are seeing the stock is going crazy high and people with no stock prior movements and activities in their life, they're starting to text you, hey, should I buy now space? This is usually when it's the top, and usually it's the bottom when people start to say, hey, should I buy now? It's super cheap, okay? So this is quite interesting. Other than that, here are the two moving average that are the most important one in the whole investing world, the 50 moving average as well, the 200 moving average. So this also goes further down, which is quite interesting. So yeah, with that said, I think, there's not much we can see other than that. Short float as of last year here. This is a very old data, but you can see here just 20%, which is quite low for this kind of shares. Usually when the stock goes higher, like we have seen here in June, you usually see this high float of shorts. Okay, so with that said, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments. Don't, for any case, smash the like button and don't subscribe at all, please. And have the best weekend you ever had.